Hi guys, good evening all. In yesterday we introduced about the two different things. What are those? Anaconda Python. Second one is about the Google Collaboratory. In today, we'll discuss about the variables and data types of Python. Before we are going to discuss about that, let me explain you about the Google Collaboratory. What do you mean by Google Collaboratory? I just give an introduction, two different ways we can does the Python coding. One way is at Anaconda Python, second way is at Google Collaboratory. We are need to learn about the different model like LLM modules, deep learning models, machine learning model, statistics, and everything. So for all this required, Google Colab is much more easy as compared to Anaconda Python. Hence, we recommended to use Google Collaboratory. And I recommended to use Google Collaboratory. Let me explain you everyone what is Google Collaboratory. So Google Collaboratory is a free online based Jupyter notebook environment. So basically you no need to install in your local machine. So it is a online based Jupyter notebook. So what is Jupyter notebook? This Jupyter notebook will help us in two different ways. One is about to write the code generally, as well as we can also use for notebook. So notebook, whatever the commentary you want to write, whatever the images you want to mention, whatever the different things you want to mention, everything will be possible to here, right? So it will help us to train the basically two different or three different kind of models. One is the machine learning models, deep learning models, as well as AI models, which is like LLM models or generative AI models. So one good thing why we need to choose Google Colab, because it can be run in different unit CPUs, GPUs, and TPUs. So what is CPU? What is GPU? What is TPU? I will be explained later once we enter into the deep learning all. I will explain you about. Basically, CPU means basically your purely works on the RAM, purely works on the RAM. So, for example, let me give a scenario. What is the general RAM size in our laptops? Be it a Mac or be it a Windows, what would be the general RAM size in your laptop? What is the RAM size of a laptop? Any no idea? Abhishek Gaud, any idea what is the RAM size of a laptop? No idea. Any idea?
16 GB.
Maybe maybe 16 GB, something like 16 GB, 32 GB, something like, right? Right? Am I right? 13 GB is too much. I mean, very you can get it, but rarely. But what if you are able to handle if no if you are using CPUs, the maximum amount of data you can able to handle up to 32 GB. For example, your file size is let's say 16 GB and your RAM size is also 16 GB. You can able to handle up to 16 GB. What if your file size is more than your RAM size? Will you able to handle this? Will you able to use the CPUs? Will you able to use the CPUs? Will you able to use the CPUs? Definitely no. It cannot be worked. And as well as when you're working the when you're working when you're working the machine learning, advanced machine learning model, deep learning model, CPU would take a lot of time to execute. For example, I want to execute, let's say, 5,000 records on let 50,000 records of data. On top of that, I want to build a 50 to 1 hour. Do you have that much of time to wait? Definitely no. To overcome this kind of issues, we are going to use GPU and TPU. The drawback with the Anaconda Python, if it's the local Anaconda Python, purely it works on the CPU. It may create a problem when you are working with a large volume of data. Hence, we prefer to use GPUs as well as TPUs. So it works on the purely on the multiple parallel processing, as well as it may execute very quickly. So it will run on the Google servers rather than local machines, right? So that is the one major advantage why people choose or use to Google Colab rather than Anaconda Python. Anaconda Python. Sumant, I think I have cleared your doubt also. Why don't we use Anaconda Python? Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So basically for deep learning models and all, we use this, right? So TPU means TensorFlow processing units. TensorFlow processing units. So again, it is TPU developed by Google only. Graphical processing units, TensorFlow processing units for mathematical equations and all to execute a huge volume of data. People generally go with the TPUs. Okay, right. So how to choose? So it is the advantage of using Google Colab is it provides a free GPU and TPUs. So hardware accelerator you can select here. For example, let's say I open the Google Colab. Let's say I open the Google Colab. This is the batch I use. Let's say I open this I mean, let's say today date is the Python codes. I'm using the. Let's say I'm creating on folder called Python codes. Just I want to create it. Let's say I create the Python codes in the folder. I'm creating the more and then I'm using Google Collaboratory. Already we installed yesterday, right? So Google Collaboratory. All right. Can you see here, everyone? I'm just opening the Google Colab. Are you able to follow me, Chandrika, Venkateshwari? Are you able to follow me, Abhishek Gaud, Ritu, Ramireddy,
Yes, sir.
Veg?
Uh,
Everyone able to? Yeah, go
sir,
ahead,
I
please.
Yes.
have created new folder in Drive,
Huh.
but where to get that Google Colab?
So did you install the Google Colab yesterday?
No, no. Yesterday, just I
Yes or
have
no?
opened. No, I have not.
No. See, can you see the more? Wait. Can you see here more?
1 minute.
More. When you right click,
Hmm.
you can see the more. So if you're not
Oh.
installed, you can see the connect. You can see the plus connect more apps.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
When you click on
That's
the
good.
connect more apps, here you can search apps. You can see something called Collaboratory. Search in the Collaboratory. Type in the Collaboratory. For
Hmm.
me, it is installed because I've installed yesterday. For you, it
Okay.
will be when you click
Collaborator.
on this, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
You install it. Once you install this, what happens when you go back again in the more, you can see the Google Collaborator. You can see here. When you click on the Google Collaboratory,
Hmm.
it will file open something like this. Okay,
Yeah.
make sense? Mm. Right now, let's see. Here, everyone can you see the plus connect option, right? Can you see everyone? Can you see the connect option? Everyone, in the right side, can you see everyone see the connect option, guys? Can you please respond, guys? So silent means you could not able to understand anything. Yes or no?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
right, everyone. You can say plus, when you see the connect option, it will ask you to connect the session. So change the, for example, connect host time. Let's say if you change the connect runtime. So which one do you want to select? For example, here the runtime, which code do you want to execute? Do you want to execute the Python R3? Python 3 R. Let's say we need to execute Python. So which hardware accelerator you required? Do you want GPU or do you want TPU? Suppose you want advanced GPU or TPU, advanced GPU you want. So for that, you can able to get the advanced. For our course, at this point, it is not required. I would suggest, as we are learning the Python very basics initially, right? Let's select the only CPU. When you go into the pandas, all these things, we would go with the GPU and TPU. Make sense? So what I have done, here you can see the when you see the drop down button, it will show you something like change runtime. So when you click on the change runtime, it will show you the runtime. You will have an option to choose the hardware accelerator, either TPU or GPU. So far, we are just using the Python 3. Any confusion? Any doubt? Any confusion? Any doubt? Are you able to see, guys, everyone? Yes or no? Any confusion? Any doubt?
No.
Everyone able to follow me? Or other way around, you can also see the runtime, right? When you runtime, you can see the. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. You can see the runtime. You can see change runtime also you can use. Go to the runtime. Or other option you can also use the manage sessions. How many sessions you are managing? So at this point we are not no active session. We have not, though we open the file, there is no active session. Do you know why we do not have active session? Because when you connect option, right, connect to a new runtime. When you see the runtime, when you click on the connect, automatically it will show you the it will, once it is connected, it will show you the which is the running active session, how many active sessions we have. Probably along with this you can open the multiple tabs and multiple collabs also you can open. It is connecting, maybe first time it will take some time to connect, so it is connected. When you go to the runtime manage sessions, so in the manage sessions, you can see now you are running the untitled zero IPy now. So let's say untitled zero, we have not given anything. What is IPYNB? Anyone, do you know, anyone understand what is the meaning of IPYNB? I means interactive, PY means Python, NB is notebook, interactive Python notebook. So untitled Python. So today date is the 14th November, write down 14th November. So 2024, introduction to Python class. Introduction to Python. First session. Topic is introduction to Python. That's it. Now when you click on the go to the runtime, manage sessions, what it will be shown, what it will show? It will show you the current session is 14 November 2024, introduction to Python. When we executed last, when we executed any code, so far we have not executed any code, hence it shows the 0 minutes ago. Do you know how much RAM are we using for this? Can you guess how much RAM are we using for this? So ideally the RAM has been allocated for this 1.1 GB. If you want to terminate, you can directly just click on this cross button, automatically terminate the current session. Okay. Suppose you want to change the connect to runtime. You want to change the local means so where you want current local connection. Make sure you are authorized, but you're not required to do, right? You want to change the runtime means where you want to change. Maybe you cannot change in the middle of the codes. Either you need to change at the starting of your execution of the codes, or starting only it can be. If you start changing in the middle of the codes, automatically you need to execute all the codes from the starting. So always I would recommend to use when you started the codes, always when you start running execute anything, before starting your course itself, you can choose the hardware accelerator. In the middle, it is not possible. In the middle, it is not possible. Does it make sense, guys? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Right? Does it make sense? Okay. Next one. So if you want to, I can talk about the one by one, I'll go. So now you understand about this. So, and one more benefit, you can see your, can you see your plus code? The first one, start coding. For example, print, I write something called hello world. Print hello world. So what does it mean? Already in yesterday also we discussed about the print hello world. What does it mean? Can anyone tell me what does it mean? What does it mean? Come on, guys. I want session should be interactive. If it's so silent, mean it will be difficult to for you guys to understand. Start speaking whether right or wrong. What is the answer for this? What is the
So it's
code does?
the outcome as hello world.
Yeah, this code just display the here. See, you can option is show code access, execute local variables or anything. Right? No, we are not required. So here you can see the run button, right? Run cell. What is the shortcut to execute this code? What is shortcut to execute this code? Can anyone guess? If you want to run cell, you can see the what is the shortcut to execute this code?
Control enter.
Control enter. So execute this. So when I execute this, the output will be displayed here only. The output will be displayed here only. That is what it displays the output. So here can you see the plus again, insert the code. So for example, generate. So I want to, suppose I want to create some new code also. I want to create new code also. For example, something create a sample data set. Just I'm giving example, guys. Sample data set. Uh, create a sample data set, which create pandas data frame, create sample pandas data frame, something I want to, right? Generate, let's say generate. What happens? See here, if you execute this, automatically the prompt, we have given a prompt, automatically it has created some code. Sir, what does this code? I don't understand. Don't worry. We will explain in detail. So I've just shown an option. We have an ability. If you want to write some code, automatically with the generate, automatically we can also generate the code by using the Google Colab. This facility is not available in Anaconda Python. Sumant, as you are using Anaconda Python, do you have this facility in Anaconda Python?
I didn't use it, sir, fully.
Okay. So if you execute, I mean, forget about this. So, okay. Okay. So new interact sheets, you want to create the recommended plots also, you can use the plots also. Whatever the data set you have created, everything it automatically does here, guys. Different plots it will create. Remember, yesterday, remember I shown you one app like the same thing, what it does. What each chat does, what is the distribution and all, I will explain it later. Don't worry. So you want to take one sample code, all these things also it will give. You want show code, you click on show code, automatically show the code also, right? These are the lot of benefits we have. Suppose I'll tell you about one. I just give an introduction how to use it. Don't worry, we'll go one by one. Sir, what this code does? Don't worry, I will explain in detail. It is my responsibility. Everyone can able to write the code on their own without using generative AI tools or without using Chat GPT. What if ChatGPT is dead tomorrow? What will you do? What if generative AI dies tomorrow? Do you stop working? What if tomorrow Google is not there? Do you stop your working? No, right? You have to write your own code. How to write? At least learn the code how to write. So one that is one advantage of this, right? If you want to delete, simple. If you want to delete, you can use the simple here delete. Control MD. If you want to more cells, cut, copy, all these things you can use. Very easy. Again, press code. If you go to press code, so you want to create a start writing your code or generate with AI. So similarly, I'll give one example. Go to the can you write palindrome code in Python? Okay. So this is the code. Okay, I'm using the palindrome code, something palindrome number. So okay, palindrome number. Okay, let's say same code I want to write. For example, let's see. This is the palindrome program, some program in Python. Palindrome means reverse number. If you reverse also same. For example, 121. If you reverse the number, what is the answer you need to get? 121. 1221. If you reverse also, the same number should get. 747. If you reverse also, you'll get. Maum. If you reverse it, Malayalam. If you reverse it, you'll get. So, can you write the spelling of Malayalam? Can you write the spelling of Malayalam? Everyone? Can you write the spelling of Malayalam? Chat box. Can you write the spelling of Malayalam? Can you write the spelling of Malayalam? Can you post spelling of Malayalam? Come on, come on. Can you reverse it? What will happen? Can you reverse it? What will happen? Ramireddy, Avinash, Sajita, can you reverse it? What will happen? So let me explain you. 1 second. Someone write it Malayalam. Look into here, guys. Malayalam. If I reverse it, what is answer? M, A, L, A, Y, A, L, A, M. If you reverse also, does it same or different? If you reverse the, is it same or different?
Same.
Same. If you reverse also, you get the same thing. That is called palindrome. So if I ask you Python to write a code for palindrome, so generative AI, can you generate palindrome Python programming language? Let's say I want to write this code. I don't know. I want to write this code. How to do? See, I mean, just want to tell you that. So if I execute this, see, racer is a palindrome, true. A man is a plain canal. Panam is a palindrome. Hello is a palindrome, false. Automatically, everything has been generated the code. That is what the beauty of Google Colab. And one more advantage why people started using Colab. Let's say you made some mistake while executing the code. automatically it suggests you to write the better code. It will suggest you write the better code. It will give you a Gemini. So the Gemini, it will give here. Can you see the Gemini? Right click. Can you see the Gemini? Suppose I want something. How do I filter the out? I want to create a plot in Colab. So something I've written the code. Automatically, it is giving the code for us. See, automatically it is giving the code some for us. Something. You can just copy it. So while writing the program, majority of the people get issues or may able to write the mistakes, some mistakes. This Gemini or Google Colab will fix you the error. Without anyone ask, you can able to fix your errors also. That is another reason we prefer to use Google Colab. Now, is it easy or is it difficult or is it boring? What do you say, guys? Come on. Is it easy? Is it boring?
Easy.
Boring,
Yeah,
right?
one
Avinash?
question. We are
Yes, yes, go
depending
ahead.
so much on the AI. How can we be more self-independent on writing the codes moving forward?
That is what we need to. That's what I told you to. I will explain you. That is what the course you have learned, you have joined, right? To learn. That is
Right.
what I told you in the yesterday and day before yesterday also. Simple. I will tell you what is the requirement. Let's take an example of Avinash. Palindrome. Just we have taken an example of palindrome. I asked to generate a code for palindrome. So before I explain the palindrome, how many of you knew about what is the definition of palindrome? What is the definition of the palindrome? Palindrome means if you reverse the word also, it should be the same. Whatever the word is equal to, reverse the word also, it should be the same. When is the term called palindrome? So first of all, if you want to be self-independent to write the code, you must understand the about the requirement. Once you understand the requirement, you understand the logic. Then it will be very easy to write the any code in Python or any language, be it a PySpark, Java, anything. These are the two mandatory steps before you write in the code. That is what I am going to help you in the class. Okay? Make sense? Makes sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Sumant, you are saying something. Please go ahead.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. So next year, one more thing. Suppose you want to, for example, you want to handle huge volume of data, and you want to store the data as your database. The one beauty is that you can here can you see the folder, right? Here you can see the mount. You can also mount your Google Drive. You can mount the Google Drive. It asking the permission. Permit this notebook access to your Google Drive files. Connect to Google Drive. Connect the Google Drive. So it is connecting to Google Drive, mounting. So it is a mounting Google Drive. That means it will access to the Google Drive. Whatever the data files which is in the Google Drive, you can easily access it. For example, let's say myself, let's say I'm using something called AI material. Let's say AI classes. No, for example, not the AI classes. Let's say AI material. Let's say ML. So I want to, let's say project, let's say ML project I'm going here. For example, here, let's say I kept these are the different files. These are the different files you have, like train CSV file, store CSV file, and you want to access this file, you want to easily load this file into, it would be helpful. When you create a new file, back you can store into this location also. As your any database, the Google Drive would be helpful to us. Understood? That is one example of this. You can mount it, right? Right? You can, if you want to upload some fresh files also, you can upload here. Any files, for example, you want to upload some file, credit card file. Let's say it is loading. Right? Warning. This is why. So here the file is showing. So it is loading. Credit card.csv, it is loading here. It may just take 1 minute of time. Maybe there's a 20 MB some file, big file kind of thing. right? Is it loaded the file? Can you see here, everyone? Credit card.csv, we can upload it. But this file is within the drive, Google Drive, or outside of the Google Drive? Tell me. The credit card CSV, the file is within the Google Drive or outside of the Google Drive? Is it within the Google Drive or outside of the Google Drive? Come on. Is the credit card.csv file is within the Google Drive or outside of the Google Drive?
Thinking it's within Google Drive.
No. Here the drive means if you click in this drive, it should be inside of the file, my drive and all. But here it is outside the file. So what happens when you terminate the session? When you terminate this, automatically you create outside of the Google Drive, this file will be vanished. Or whatever the file you can store outside of the Google Drive, once the session got inactive or terminated, current session, the file will be removed. So one more point I want to tell you that. So that's what uploading files from local is easy. The one which I explained you, right? So you can mount to the can access the drive, free GPUs and TPUs, right? As I said, what is the limitation of using Google Colab? Even yesterday's session also I mentioned that session is active only for 12 hours. After every 12 hours, session get terminated. So for example, see here, disk upgrade, you want memory and disk space, or anything you want to manage sessions. For example, you want to manage sessions. So let's terminate it. Terminate. See, runtime is disconnected. Let's say runtime is disconnected. Now you can see, go here. You can see connect into runtime to when it is connected to, see, when it is connected to, then only you can able to see. Even with by default, when you see here connecting, you cannot able to connect to the drive, even the local file which you have stored, you cannot see. When you mount to the Google Drive, then only you can able to see. When you mount to the Google Drive, then only you can, when this is the unmounted, so revoke the assign new runtime. If you revoke it, you cannot able to see the drive also. So whatever the file we uploaded, something like credit card CSV, we could not able to see because we have deactivated the previous session and activated the new session. So when deactivated, the local file got terminated. You cannot able to see the local files. Is it clear or any confusion? Ramireddy, Lakshmipant, is it clear? Neelima, Henry, Kamalajit, is it clear? Abhishek, Avinash, Sumant, Sajita, Vivek, yeah, right? That is one advantage. And one more advantage with the Google Colab. So if I ask you some Facebook password, how many of you remember your Facebook password? How many of you remember your Facebook password? How many of you remember? Okay, probably you do. How many of you remember your credit card password or credit card number? I mean, password, credit card password. How many of you remember your locker ID? How many of you remember your GitHub ID? How many of you remember your GitHub password? How many of you remember your LinkedIn password? Probably you can remember for 1 month. Imagine a scenario. Imagine a scenario. You have not used GitHub for a year. After a year, is it possible to remember the password? Imagine a scenario, forget about GitHub. You have not used the Facebook for more than a year. Is it possible to remember the password of Facebook? Yes or no?
No.
Huh? Please. Yes or no?
No, sir.
No.
No.
No, right? Similarly, here we need to, when you are working with the LLM and all, LLM models and all, you can use a different like ChatGPT. You need to have a GPI connection, APIs connections. So what happens? You need to must be access the notebook access, API keyword, API password, OpenAI key. There is a APIs you need to connect. If you want to use LLM, you must have to connect with the API keys. For example, Hugging Face is one library. Gemini is another library. Similarly, ChatGPT is another library. Similarly, if you want to use your own libraries, you must have the API access. It is really difficult to remember the password of this, right? It is really difficult to remember the password of this. So what is the benefit that you can add a new secrets. So what is a new secret? You can add Gemini API key as import key from AI Studio, right? So automatically you can easily, it does not look like you have created Gemini API. If you want to create first API Studio, see, for example, you want to create some AI Studio, Google AI Studio, basically Google AI Studio, which perform the LLM models. Let me show you that. Use Google AI Studio, deploy your own, get a new prompt, get API key. I can agree. I receive an email IDs. Maybe I don't want to useful tip. Right? You can get it, no problem. Can continue. Right? Create an API key. I will show you guys, don't worry. Generating API key. For just I'm giving the example now, but when you go into the reality, I'll show you again. Don't worry about this. Okay, copy. Generated copy. So every time I cannot remember, right? Here, if I go here, a value I mentioned. See, this is the value. Copy. API key generated. Gemini I. See, if I want to use, I can use it, right? Going forward, it would be helpful to me. Going forward, I can use, so automatically, if you want the given the key, automatically if you given the key, oh my God, I'm using the paid one. Let me delete. Okay, I deleted. Otherwise, it cost a lot to me. So as we are not using, so we cannot require, right? So, right, this is how we can able to use. If you don't want, you can delete also. So this is the one benefit you have. So directly, no need to mention, just you need to give the access to the key. Automatically, you can work on this point. And you want to write some functions, right? You want to know what is happening and all. And one more benefit is that, see here, one more benefit. Any questions, any doubt so far? Any doubt? Don't worry, in the first day itself, very difficult to understand everything. Now, at least are able to follow me or no? Yes or no? For example, here you can write a section, new section. Let's say I want to write about something here. Let's say here also, let's take in the end. Introduction to Python. Let's say I'm writing the text, introduction to Python. Bold, you want to make bold. You want to make Italian, right? Introduction to Python, free. I mean, readable, open source, let's say open source, exception handling, something called large standard library. So if you want to read this, how does it look like? Even you want to make it is right heading, all these things. You want to make subheading. I don't want to make subheading. Okay. You want to make something. Suppose you want to insert the image. You want to insert the image. So you want to insert the image. For example, any image you want to insert. For example, Rohit Sharma. Inserting. So it is inserting the image. So automatically insert the image. So it automatically inserting the image. They're inserting the image. So automatically insert the image. You want to insert the some formulas or everything, you can use it. Some formulas or anything, you can use this. You can use it. Of course, in Anaconda also, in Anaconda Python also, you can write the text, you can insert the image. But the advantage of Google Colab over the Anaconda Python, it supports GPU and TPU, as well as it generate the automated code, and also it fix the errors. And another benefit is you can save your keys, open keys. That would be really benefit for your LLM models. That would be really benefit for your LLM models. Now, any questions, guys? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? So you want to create some standard library. What is a variable and all? I will explain in the tomorrow class. Right? You want to create some subsections or anything, you can use this subsections, new section, subsection, or anything you can, whatever the notebook you use, that same thing you can use it. Right? You want a snippet, you want a sourcing book, you want to write a different sourcing books and everything. You want to hide the snippets, and also you can also use this. Right? Maybe comment also, you want to write some comment particular code you would like to share with others in the real world. That also will be helpful to you. Now, is it interesting or is it boring about the Google Colab? Any doubts about the Google Colab? Next thing, command line. Suppose you want to write the command, you want such commands or anything. Clear all output, add a text cell. You want to add text cell. You want to add a comment, automatically to help. Suppose you want to, it will search you different things. You want to perform insert copy, you want to perform move notebook into drive, trash, open editor settings, some settings you want to edit, how the editor look like. Maybe you want to look like blackboard, for example. Maybe once you need to close it, then you can go to work. For example, open editors. Where is that? Where is that? Could not able to see. Open editor settings. See, you want font size. What is the default password? Monospace. You want indentation space. You want to AI assistant. Do you want AI assistant? Do you want to you want to use that AI? You want to hide it. For example, you hide the AI instant. For example, now you cannot see the AI assistant. Earlier you can see the AI assistant. If you want to get the AI assistants, again, see, these are some settings. AI assistants, you want AI assistants. So, right. You want to push the code to GitHub, authorize with the GitHub. Collab is waiting for your GitHub. Let's say you want to sign into the GitHub, you can access it. So the benefit is, if you whatever the codes you are writing in our daily class, you push your codes to GitHub. That will be benefit. Now you have a question: what is GitHub? How GitHub is useful? Uh, I can explain you. So let me explain you GitHub. Okay. So anyone would like to attend the interview now? Anyone would like to attend the interview now? Just for now. Anyone would like to respond to my questions? Anyone voluntary? Any voluntary? Any voluntary? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sumant. Okay, let me
Hmm.
ask you two things. Okay. Are you looking for data science job or
Yes, sir.
generative AI? How many years of experience you have?
5+ years of experience.
5+ years of experience. Your resume looks so good. How can I trust? How can I trust you? You are working in data science. What is your answer?
Like, how
I
can
mean,
I prove that I am working for a data science?
1 second, Sumant. It is not only Sumant. Everyone, it will be applicable. Let's answer, Sumant. How can I trust you? How can I believe you? You are working in a data science. Any proof you can show me? Your resume looks good, but you can modify your resume also, right?
Yeah, like I can
Probably
show
yes.
what I built.
Probably yes. Right.
Yeah,
How can I trust you? You are working in data science projects and all.
yeah, I can show the models through
Uh,
GitHub.
yes.
I can
What
give my
is
GitHub.
Yes, what is happening, guys? Remember, very important. Probably next weekend, maybe on 23rd and 24th, I will take a session on the GitHub. Okay, for everyone, it is really important. Now, companies are asking, Can you provide me your GitHub account so that we can check your the projects, the what kind of projects you worked on, they are basically they are checking how are you interested in learning, how keen are you interested to learn new things. Generally, people what they're doing in the industry to enhance their technical skills, to project their technical skills to the world, people are using two different things. What are those? One is LinkedIn, second one is about the GitHub. Let me show you the LinkedIn. So for example, I want to show you some example of KSR Data Vision. So maybe you can search KSR Data Vision company. Where is that? So for example, KSR Data Vision. So here, for example, you can showcase, for example, the people who got the job we posted here, and as well as you can write something. You can see some people are posting tagging the KSR. I mean, you can also tag it. For example, I could not able to see where is it. I don't know where is it. For example, let me show you one example. I will show you my articles. For example, I used to write the impressions. Let's say I used to write the different articles. For example, I have written some articles. Let's say I posted some SQL for just understanding point of view. People start responding it. We are getting the impressions and all. So you will be become familiar. If you apply the jobs also, people will give most priority. As per our experience, whenever you apply job, before they're taking the interview, earlier people used to check the resume. Along with the resume, now they're taking the interviews, managers checking their GitHub as well as their LinkedIn account. Whatever the topics you're learning, please post something related to those articles in your chat window or message window or in wall of LinkedIn, or you can write some articles. It will give a better impression. You can get the better network. You can easily get the job. And more important thing, people will like you in terms of your technical skills and all. Even they can sometimes they may reach out to you for offer job offers and all. Like the way you use your Instagram and YouTube, similarly you have to use your LinkedIn account and GitHub account. So for GitHub account, what you have to do? Nothing you have to do. Just every day whatever the codes you are executing in the class, push all the codes to GitHub. So how to push the codes to GitHub, I will explain you. Already, I will explain you in the coming sessions. Okay, one of the session, I will explain you that. So, right, that is about the Google Colab. Any questions, guys? Any doubt? So 60 to 80%, my personal experience, 60 to 80% of the managers, before they take any interview, they used to check their LinkedIn profile. What skills you have mentioned? Because I have seen few cases in the KSR only. If the people do not have a LinkedIn account, because of that, they rejected the few candidates also. But of course, they directly they have not mentioned because of that. Why don't you have a LinkedIn? There was the question, but they did not mention because of LinkedIn. We are rejecting you. But probably that could be the reason, right? So you need to maintain the LinkedIn account you post it. So for example, LinkedIn, I want to show you Mahesh. For example, one example I'll show you. Mahesh is the co-founder of KSR Database. See, he used to post something, maybe he has the operations run, he posted about the children's day. Right, the people are liking it, right? The people Azure Fabric, oh, he is writing some articles, right? Different things. So, I think one of our student, our KSR student, he is written about the Mrugadeshwaran. He written about the some article. Is a KSR student. You see here, I had data from exactly another SQL. I have been working on showcasing my skills and approach coding data along with my learning journey. Data set, they have given two data sets. Your suggestion and feedback solving this will be great appreciate. He was saying, let's tag the people. They have tagged us, right? They have tagged us everyone, right? Similarly, some assignments you can post your assignments. Whatever the assignments are done, you post here, right? Some students, some right. some students, what are the certificates you have gathered, right? You participate in different hackathons. Let's say we have conducted one hackathon last month, right? Appreciations and all. It will give a lot of mileage to your career, guys. Right? These are all things you need to improve on it. Let me ask a question. How many of you have any LinkedIn account? How many of you have LinkedIn account?
I have.
Only one?
I have.
Two. Only two? How active are you in LinkedIn?
Even I have.
I have.
How active are you on LinkedIn?
I check messages job, but I don't post lately.
Yeah, you
Sir.
post it. So post it, you'll get job opportunities very easily.
Thing is, sir, okay, let me tell you. Like I have mentioned already some Python and SQL skills, right?
So,
So sometime yeah.
so
So
see,
my
already
working
let me
history I show that way. So
so see, madam. Let's say you mentioned some articles or some post on Python. What's problem in it? For example, let me ask you one question.
mm-hmm.
So initially, when you start your career, probably you would have worked on basics of Python. In your job experience, you will learn the PySpark. Okay. That
Yeah.
means you cannot showcase I learned PySpark, I obtained a certificate in PySpark. Can you show or not? Is it wrong to show that to the people?
I
No,
can show
right?
certificates, but like some basic thing.
So see, what is the wrong? What is wrong in that? You can promote, right? You're promoting yourself. Is anyone going to say anything? Because of your posted
No.
basics of pandas, Python, will they remove you from job? No, right?
No, not from current job. Like for the upcoming opportunities.
No,
Currently, also I'm
no. See,
ongoing.
first day one you start with the basics. Daily you'll improve, right? You can put lot of advanced
Mm-hmm.
topic also, right? You can tell that I have a hobby. I put whatever learnings I have learned over the period of time. I want to share my knowledge to the people. It can be one of the good point to the interviewer also. It is a good activity. So someone asks you, hey, can you tell me what is your hobbies? Can you tell me what is your strength? You tell in a way. I'm very good at I can work 24 hours by 7. Instead of that, tell that whenever I get an opportunity, whenever I get a free time, I would like to share my experience and my thoughts or my learning to the industry, or I would like to contribute to the industry. The way I'm contributing to industry is whatever the learnings which I learned in my job, I'm posting those challenges and learnings in the Facebook or LinkedIn through articles. It will give good MNC, right? See, am I right, Kamalajit?
Okay, sir. Got
Mm.
it.
Yeah. See, everything. If I ask someone ask about the weakness in interview, what do you say? Do you say that? Do you say that I'm not able to cope up with the people, or I'm not. I'm introvert. No, right? That negative also you need to turn as a positive. It will impress to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Mm. That's how you do. Mm. Okay, guys, that's all for today. In tomorrow, we'll start the actual Python coding and all. So I would request you please go through video collab and very important today's session, guys. Please.